and all. It is Bite-Size Thursday here at Off Slate Studios, or whenever you're listening to us, and we are watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. We are on the last book.
The third one.
Yes, it is the third one.
Not 4, like a lot of people think.
I will say, I don't know why my brain always wants to say there's 4.
Because there's 4 elements.
Because we're missing one of the elements.
Yeah.
Because he already knows air.
It's just like my brain just wants to, it's 4.
But it's funny because then the next one is air.
That too.
Mm-hmm. The next one is air for Korra. Book 1 is air.
That's right. It does.
It's like air,
and
secrets, hieroglyphics, and monsters or something. I don't remember. How does it go again? It's
really?
Air, spirits, balance, and something. Keep talking. I'll look
For
it up.
some reason, I thought it went back to
balance is the last one.
It is. Change is the third one.
Okay. But yeah. So yeah, we are on book 3. We just said how many episodes off the camera.
We're like
20 episodes away. So we're getting close to the end. We're starting to feel the heat. They officially
because we're in the Fire Nation.
Hey, that wasn't even on purpose. But we are in the Fire Nation.
Things are getting hairy.
Hey! And I really, honestly, before we watch this, I don't remember much. I really don't remember this episode.
I do.
This is the headband? I remember this.
This is the footloose episode.
Yeah.
This is my least favorite episode of the season from what I remember. Not because it's bad. It's a perfectly fine episode, and there are many moments I laugh, but it's like, out of all these, this is probably the most episodic one where Aang goes to school, and he wears a headband, and they throw a party. Yeah. It sounds like I'm crapping on it. I'm not trying to. It is kind of like early in the season. We're still kind of catching our breaths, but for some reason we have a Fire Nation dance thing.
It took me.
We'll see what more importance it has, because this is like we said last week. This is go time, and it's like, what are we doing? But I have to see. That's all I remember.
I do remember that now when you said the fire dance party.
That's what it is.
Yeah. No. I'm excited to watch this.
It's meant to show us what it's like. It's meant to show us, I think, what it's like inside the Fire Nation. Like they're actually like people. I think they had to do some work to humanize the Fire Nation to make Aang's struggle at the end about not killing and not like just plowing over them palatable.
It's like Zuko's line in Day of the Black Sun, where it's like, we were taught that the Fire Nation is the greatest nation on Earth, but everyone else hates us.
Wow, that sounds a little familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, nicely done, writers. But yeah, okay, man, I'm okay.
Yeah, well, 2007. So, right in the first couple years after a certain war started.
Yeah.
So
that checks out.
Topical.
It definitely checks out.
Still remains a bit relevant.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Wow, that's really well done, writers, because that can still. But anyway, we should watch this episode. We should
take a bite.
This is Greg.
And ladies and gentlemen, we just watched Headband. My man, you're gonna need a headband. Thank you, Paul Simon. See what I did there?
Can we start over again?
Come on, that was so clever. I'm so proud of that.
Hello? Yes, I'd like a ticket off this planet, please. For you audio listeners, I have a phone that I ripped out of the wall.
With no context.
2 tickets, please. Jake can come with me.
Jared, you don't need that phone. That's the Repent phone. He needs that phone.
I can beat him with this phone.
Yeah, he'll definitely repent then.
I need a pain phone. Anyway,
Hello.
This was a weird episode.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say intro. I was like, yes, that is correct.
I will say,
how do you not know the song Wristband?
I know. I just don't like the use of it.
Okay. Anyway,
I'm Your Man, or what's the song? The big song by him.
Being Julio Down by the Schoolyard, probably.
No, not that one.
You said Paul Simon?
Yeah.
I saw him at the Fox Theater.
What am I'm totally blanking.
Nearly 10 years ago.
Oh,
God.
That's the other really big one that he knows.
Oh, not that one. It's You Can Call Me Al.
You Can Call Me Al.
That's what I couldn't think of. But so it sounded for Avatar now. It sounded like I was harping on the episode a lot and watching like, no, I do enjoy this. the tone is
part.
the tone is weird.
The Zuko part's
Like
great.
the Aang part is interesting, and I think the most interesting stuff is the stuff in the classroom. Mm-hmm. It draws real life parallels pretty closely. It's still relevant, and it does, like Jake said before, it gives that kind of look into how they are being brought up a certain way, and because like they're talking about
I was about to say brainwashed.
revisionist history of like the air, what was it, how'd they say, the air army
they didn't have an army. They were
ambushed. And they
How is it you know more than our textbooks? Oh, too soon, bro. Too soon. Too soon, man.
Ooh, that one.
Yes, I know this was in 2007. Too soon.
That one hits a little hard.
Yeah, so that's the more interesting part. It is kind of like, okay, so we have this interesting thing here. Zuko's side of the story is with Iroh.
That was a really good part, yeah.
But it's like, okay,
But
so
then we
how
have
do we...
Iroh crying and hard cuts to
dancing. Yeah.
It caused me, like, my brain hurt after that.
It's kind of like they want to show Fire Nation children at this point for that perspective. And they have to show the Zuko stuff with Iroh. They have to start setting that up now because that's going to be a thing for the first half of the season. And it's like, okay, we need a story because this is one of those in-between episodes that does some setup and has this in the that perspective stuff in there. But we kind of need our own, like, contained story. Let's do Footloose.
You needed a buffer, too, between, if they had just... I don't know how you...
If it would have cut back to Zuko.
Even that would have been better.
Like,
it's the I can't get over the it's such a sad moment. Like Iroh really feels like he's lost Zuko and he's devastated and he cries. And then they're dancing.
It just hard to cut to like that, just flailing their arms and dancing around. It's like,
you know something I never realized. His headband is upside down.
Yeah, you brought that up. And we wouldn't have noticed except the emblem is right next to him, behind him on the wall.
That was a very smart shot. That was a really cool way to show that he was wearing it wrong.
And this is probably not a super big thing, but you could notice some of the growth. Remember book 1 when he thought Guitar was in trouble, he just airbended the fire out of the way, like he just jumped into it. And then this one, when that kid's trying to fight him, he does not airbend. He has more control not to. He just, maneuvers.
Juking and dodging.
Probably, I don't know if that was on their minds at all, 'cause it's such a small thing, but I did know. It's like, yeah,
There's also more emotion attached to Katara.
Yeah. That is true.
And you can see when they were... I'm not going to lie. I felt a little...
You felt the oogies?
I felt the oogies when... It was really cute. It was really cute when they were dancing together. Like, aww, they're dancing.
It's Delpho's dance.
I mean, to you, it's that, but how about all those kids that are like, isn't that his mom?
Well,
I don't think they knew that. I think they understood that was fake.
Well, none of the kids would know because were any of the kids in the room when?
Well, I mean, they had to get to the principal's office.
It's true. Of course, Sokka is there as well, and they don't know, so they probably would. I don't know. It would be pretty funny if they thought, isn't that his mom? So that's what they do in the comics. That's okay.
I say again that it probably would have been okay for Appa to be chilling in the back.
Probably, and I listen. I genuinely feel like Appa would be a killer DJ. They really missed that opportunity.
No.
Opportunity.
No. He's a samurai. We know this.
Well played. Well said, Jared.
I'm not gonna give you satisfaction.
Him earthbending the opening shot and the kid.
There was a lot of sound effects in this.
Yeah, it's one of those. I think we said in like book 1, 2, you often get these more episodic parts, but then they just inject it with humor, and it's a very funny show. Sokka yelling at him in front of the headmaster.
Him twiddling his mustache and beard. And
it's time to take the beard off. Sir. I can't. It's permanently glued to my face.
I will punish you for the next 100 years or whatever.
And that march he does out of the... That was...
It's always fun to see him hamming off.
But nothing compares to the best line of the whole episode. Or just such an ugly color. You're so beautiful when you hate the world. Zuko says to me.
Those two together is one of the funniest couples on screen.
But it's one of those things where they set it up last book, and you're like, oh, okay. And then once you start seeing it, you're like, that's a perfect fit.
It makes sense. It absolutely
That is an
makes
absolute
sense.
perfect match. Why did we not see that before?
I hate the color orange.
You're so beautiful when you hate the world.
I don't hate you.
I
don't hate you either.
want to know. I want to go to whoever writer, whatever specific writer
Wrote that
those
line.
lines. I want to give
Man.
a crisp handshake because that was fantastic.
The writer of the episode was John O'Brien. So if that was your line, John, if you're watching this random
Well
small
done, sir.
podcast,
Well,
thank you. Yeah, just I think I mentioned before the still kind of the breathing period after Crossroads. We're setting stuff up still early season.
Mm-hmm.
It is this and the Painted Lady are probably the most episodic that I remember. There's a couple more that are coming up.
Players is pretty episodic.
I'm sorry, what? Come
The Ember Island Players is pretty episodic. It's the closest the show gets to a clip show.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there might be some others I don't remember. I'm looking at the list here of what's coming up. But yeah. Oh, there's another one, but it is important to the Puppet Master.
Oh, I love that episode.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying that's another one where it is more episodic, but there's a big important thing in there, and it's
We saw at the very end of this, we had the guy that shoots the stuff out of his forehead that was dropped.
Sparky Boom Man.
Yes, you could. I'm gonna start using that name now.
That is his name.
Combustion Man.
Is that what his actual name is?
Yeah, and
Sparky Boom Man. What are you talking about?
and if you remember in Korra, there's a similar person who's Zahir's beloved who gets murked in one of the most gruesome cutaways ever. Oh my gosh. Just the and you go, did they
wait. Is that where they like clamp a helmet on her or something?
It was like a piece of armor gets like metal bent over her face as she combusts, and she basically blows her head up.
Is it worse than watching the Earth Queen's
oxygen
get sucked out of her?
I think it's that classic one.
Because they don't cut away from that.
No. But then it's also because we don't see it. It's leaving it up to our imaginations, make it worse. Because the Earth Queen thing is pretty brutal too.
At least with Jet, it was unclear.
All right, you guys, anything else about this episode?
Oh, we had mention of the necklace again.
Oh my god!
She had to take it off.
Are you talking to someone specifically when you're saying that?
No, I would never.
Well, anyway, this was a great episode. I can't wait for the next one. Jared, hit me with the next title. What's next?
It's the Painted Lady.
It is the Painted Lady. All right. So yeah, make sure you tune back.
That is one of the most maligned episodes, I think.
That's next week.
That's next week. We'll get to that next week. But until next week, if you want to keep up with what we got going on today, Jared, where can they follow us?
You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the funny TikTok. And you can also listen to us on Apple, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher. And hey, if it's YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, ring our bell. Make sure you rate us and comment or whatever on all those other
apps.
And also check out our groovy website. It's Flameo or whatever they said. In the
Yeah.
Flameo, Hotman.
Flameo, hot man. We're going to represent the Fire family. Yo. Dig it.
Can we stop now?
Yeah. So from all of us here at All Slate Media, thanks for listening to today's episode. Next Thursday, or whenever you want to listen to us talk about Avatar, make sure to
Take a bite.